In this video, traders, we are going to look at 7 tips for beginner new traders. If you're a new trader, hopefully this will help you. Stay tuned. Hey guys, a very warm welcome to you. Thank you for joining me. All right, so if you're a brand new trader, it can become overwhelming, all right? There's a sea of stuff out there, and you know how Google works, guys. As soon as you've put in you're interested in trading, if you're on social media, bang, 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 all the ads are coming up, all the kind of retargeting ads, it's just full of this, do that, do the other, come to me, do this, do that. And as a new trader, you're valuable to a lot of the brokers. You are valuable to a lot of all these people who are trying to get you on kind of programs that take you all the way up. And I know companies that are trying to get new traders, and they'll kind of move them up right up to really expensive kind of things and bits and pieces. And guys, listen, I hold my hands up. You know, if you've been on the channel before, you know, if you watch my videos, I do sell a course, but it's probably not for beginners. If I'm being honest, I don't really want you buying it as a beginner, because it's more intermediate trader, because it's kind of, you have to get your wheels turning a little bit and understand the basics and stuff. And then if it's a strategy that suits you, it will be very good for you. If it's not a strategy that suits you, then there's other things that are probably more suited. So I'm not here to say, hey, buy this, but I do offer it. So I'm holding my hands up and saying, not wagging my finger at anyone who sells education, because I think, premium education is valuable. However, let's go back to the point. The point is, guys, is that there's so much stuff, and they'll all be clamoring for your business as a new trader. So the first point is to turn off the noise. Okay, all of these videos showing you what you could do and all these people trying to attract your attention, turn it off. You know you want to trade. You've probably got an account open already. If you haven't, then you can check out our channel sponsor, guys, which is a company that sponsors our channel that it will offer you a spread bet account, CFD account. Again, you can choose your own account. I'm not saying you have to use our channel sponsor, but they're there if you want to check them out. However, again, turn off the noise. Just go, you know what? I've got my broker sorted out. I've got this sorted out. I'm just going to focus now on my journey. I'm starting my journey. It's important to get the right foundations. Let's go. Let's not get distracted, because we're human beings, guys. We see something over there. Oh, we'll do this. We see something here. Do this. We'll do this. We'll do that. And being new, we don't know what's right. We don't know what's wrong. We don't know the type of trader. We don't know anything about it. And you probably know you don't know anything about it. So turn off the noise. Second thing is forget about the money. Okay. Initially, I'm a big kind of advocate for trading live as soon as you can, but I get if you want to trade on demo, and the broker you're trading with will probably offer a demo account. Use that for a while and then trade very, very, very small amount of money. Be prepared to lose it. Again, the risk, guys. New trader, I guess one of the things I should add here is just understand what you're getting into here, that most people will lose money at this game, at least at first. Hopefully the idea is you come through the other end and you start to then accumulate money, but be warned, this is a very, very risky business to be in. So understand the risk, I guess, is probably the first thing before you even get involved in this. But the second thing is to, forget about the money. And I don't mean that in terms of forget about how much you're risking. I mean it in terms of forget about the visions of, okay, I'm going to start trading for a couple of months and then I'm going to go straight down the Aston Martin dealership and buy that new Aston Martin with all the options for 194k. That's not going to happen. Just forget about that and focus on the process. Because if you focus on the process and you stick to your plan and you work and you become better at it, then these things are attainable later on in your career. To think about where they're going to come and how you quickly you're going to get to X amount of money now will derail you, ironically derail you from that, because you're thinking about it. So forget about the money aspect of it. Obviously, don't forget about the risk and be very mindful of the risk, but forget about how much money you can make in the game. Third thing is come up with a simple strategy. I don't care what your strategy is. It can be the most simple thing ever, because you're trading with such a small amount of money. It doesn't really matter what happens, but something as simple as I'm picking a market that's in an uptrend. I'm going to buy 2-day pullback. Super, super simple, super easy to execute. I'm going to trade a moving average crossover. I'm going to buy an oversold market in an uptrend. whatever it may be, guys. There are so many strategies out there, and there's a few that I've shared on this channel, simple strategies to follow, but just have a simple strategy. Don't go crazy, just one to start off with. Get a feel for the market, understand how they move. You learn stuff just by being exposed to it. Don't try and have multiple strategies in multiple markets in this, because that's a recipe of disaster. One strategy, super simple, whatever that strategy may be. Keep good notes. It's another little hack, guys. If you keep notes in the beginning of your career, you'll start to realize where your weaknesses are, where your strengths are, what you've learned, what you thought you knew and now you know better. And having those notes means that even if you're not meticulously about going back and reviewing those notes, just by making those notes will help you move forward. The fifth thing is define your risk. You probably should have been up here. We jumped the gun a bit talking about this, but it's super important. You define your risk in terms of, hey, I'm starting to trade, I'm going to trade live. How much am I going to risk in the market? Is it going to be £1,000? Is it going to be £10,000? Is it going to be 100,000? Because I can guarantee you this, if you go into the market and stick 20 grand into a trading account and think you're only going to risk 10, it won't happen. Oh, sorry, I think you're only going to risk 1, it won't happen. You will trade according to what you've got in your account. So if you have 20 grand to trade with, then my advice is don't put that in initially, just stick in a small amount. And many of the brokers are allowed to put a small amount in, trade very small. I don't think that trading big initially is value for anybody. It's just stress. It's just you're trading when you're least skillful. It makes no sense. So even if you are fortunate enough to have a large pot, let's say you've got £500,000 and you want to trade with it, then don't be tempted to stick that $500,000 in. Say, listen, just stick £1,000 in, 5 grand in. If you've got 10 grand, stick 1 in. Just stick a very small amount, 500 quid, whatever it is, just stick it in. So you've got enough margin to trade what you want to trade with on the smallest size possible. That with ESMA rules and stuff, that might be a little bit more, but you get the idea. You want the smallest amount possible and define that and say, hey, I'm going to try this out for 6 months and my maximum risk over 6 months is £2,000, £5,000, £1,000, 20,000, whatever it is. Define it now, because if you don't, the market will define it for you. I can guarantee you guys the market will take what it wants from you unless you define it yourself. Because if you define your risk early on, you can then say, right, my position size is X, my risk per trade is X, this is this, and you start to steer the ship within those risk parameters. If you don't define the risk and you just stick a load of money in your trading account and you think, right, I'm a trader, off I go, then you will go off target and you will probably end up getting more hurt than you expected to. Almost guaranteed, guys, almost guaranteed. If you stick the money in, unless you have a stroke of luck and you kind of have a good run and you kind of quit then, by the very nature of the market and the very nature of a new trader and the human traits we have, and that's nothing against skill level, by the way, it's just human beings, you're likely to end up over leveraged, over trading and taking a more of a drawdown than you expected. So please define the risk that you're prepared to take in this journey. Number 6 is fight shiny object syndrome. So similar to the noise, although the noise is kind of all these people trying to attract you to buy stuff. Shiny object syndrome is when you've got somebody saying, hey, look, I trade intraday stocks. I'm a day trader and I'm doing really well. I'm trading intraday stocks. Hey, look, I trade commodities only and I'm doing really well. Hey, look, I trade USD JPY after hours and I'm doing very well on swing trading. Hey, look, I trade options. So many strategies, guys, so many methods, so many ways of trading. It's easy to think, I'm not getting anywhere with this. This guy seems to be doing really well in this strategy. This guy seems to be doing really well. And you know what? They may well be doing very well, but in the majority of traders who are doing well have earned that. They have gone through the cycle and they've found their little niche that works for them, and they're churning it away and churning it away and churning it away. Plus, don't forget, guys, there's some people out there who say they're doing very well, say they're doing this and that and the other, and they may not be. So you can't take anything on face value. The best thing for you to do is just go, right, you know what? I'm stuck in my lane. I know what I'm doing. I'm going to stick at this for 6 months. I know my risk. I've got my simple strategy. I'm going to write my notes. I'm going to see where I end up in 6 months. I know I'm not going to end up in a catastrophic loss because I've defined my risk. I know I'm not going to end up going here, and having a complete waste of 6 months because I've focused on one particular market, one particular time frame. I'm going to write notes. I'm going to have lots of learning experience. I'm going to get a lot out of this first 6 months, more than your average person. You'll put yourself well ahead of the game. The final thing, guys, is surround yourself with others who understand the game. I know this is easier said than done. You start to speak to your friends and family about it. They will not get it. They won't understand it because, hey, why would they? Why should they? You know, it just makes no sense. What, you're risking this, you're a gambler, you're this, that, the other. So try to find others who are trading as well, even if they're not trading on the same time frame, even if they're not trading the same asset. You know, get into community, or get into, even better, kind of have a buddy system where you've got 2 or 3 traders and you talk on Skype or WhatsApp or whatever it may be. But just someone to sound off, even if that's one person, just makes it realize you're not the only person going through this. You're not the only person who has these feelings and is making these mistakes. It's very, very common, and so you can feel more confident, more comfortable with things. So anyway, guys, those are the 7 things that 7 tips for new traders. If you're a new trader, good luck with your trading journey. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, I think you'll find value from it. I think you'll find value from some of the videos we've got on here as well. A lot of them aimed at new traders, intermediate, advanced. Check out some of the links in the description below. If you're brand new, like I said, I don't think the course is right for you just yet. Give it a 6 months time. You've kind of defined your, the way you trade and the kind of approach, then maybe look at it and it might be right for you then. But hey, this is not a pitch from a course. There's plenty of other great material out there, guys. Don't be afraid to pay for trading education. There's a lot of free stuff as well on this channel and other channels, of course, but don't be afraid to pay for something very specific that you want to learn. But otherwise, enjoy the journey, keep the risk managed, write those notes, and let me know how you get on. Take care, see you next one, bye-bye.